Wait. Okay.
Nice. And that's our intro song right there.
All right, and we are live in 3, 2, and 1. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Grandmamis podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Let's get the show on the road. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Oh. What's everyone drinking? Oh. All right, dramatic.
Jesus Christ. I have tea.
Who said dramatic?
What do you think?
That was not me.
Oh, I was supposed to say you're saying dramatic and you're drinking tea.
Dramatic, you are not drinking tea. She is drinking tea, actually.
She's drinking tea.
She's drinking tea, and we're drinking TEAquila. With some, I don't know what flavor poppy this is, honestly.
Strawberry lemon.
With
nice.
extra limon on top.
Ooh, it's quite nice. I like it. Very, very nice. All right, welcome to episode 4. This is our Valentine's Day episode, hence why we were all dressed in. You can't. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can.
That's why we're all dressed
like
in
this.
pink and red. That's why we're all dressed in pink and red, and like, okay, honestly, if you can see us right now in the video, none of us own like cute pink or red clothes. Like, I am in my comfort, cozy, oversized red Nike sweater.
This is cute.
Well,
It's like a
cropped tee.
t-shirt.
This is Germs' hoodie. I
Yeah.
don't own anything pink.
This is my Christmas hoodie that I made with, Christmas crew neck that I made with Viet. That had Jonas on it.
It's so cute.
And it says, "Merry Christmas, you filthy human." Because that's how we feel about humans.
But honestly, this is like as real as it can get. This is like us in our
This is
natural
us.
element. You say pink and red, and we're gonna throw on the most comfiest pink and red-ish clothes we own.
Okay, funny story. Well, I don't know how funny it is, but we decided to put on makeup for the video portion of the podcast, and we went out to dinner, and the waitress, hostess at the dinner, at the restaurant, was like, "Oh my God, you are so pretty," and we're like, "Oh, thank you." And we're like,
us?
"No, we don't normally
This isn't
look
normal.
like this." Yes.
This is very rare.
You caught us at a rare side.
We don't normally wear makeup.
Yeah, the mommy side was like slowly peeking out. Basically, is what's happening.
Oh, this is a good representation.
Of
Grandmamis.
And mommy.
And mummies.
All right, let's dig in. So, weekly ratings. I guess for Valentine's Day week, I'm gonna give this week, I think, a 7.5.
Okay.
It wasn't terrible, and I think it's a lot of just like work-life balance again. I think was just taking a lot of me, and there were like 2 days out of the week where I barely had any meetings. So I was like, oh my God, yes, I can get like a lot of work done. And for whatever freaking reason, those days I could not get any work done, like the actual work that I needed to do. It was helping someone else with the work that they needed, or like following up with people that they were supposed to owe me with something. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I just can't deal with people right now. But I love my job, but still, geez, people get it together. But also at the same time, I can't really complain because it's Valentine's Day weekend, and and it gives all of us an excuse to be in the same room for a weekend.
Yeah, we're long distance besties, so we don't see each other often.
Yeah, and also this week, for whatever reason, there was only like 2 days of sunshine. Like, what is up with that?
Yeah, we're currently in a cold front too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 7.5.
so
I need it to get
weird.
warmer, and I need people to, answer my emails and get stuff done when I need it. Thank you.
The groundhog saw its shadow, so it should be springtimes earlier.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
forgot Groundhog's Day was a thing.
So when is
Groundhog.
this supposed to start? Does anyone know?
It's just earlier. It's expected to start sooner.
But don't they have like an ETA on when it's gonna start? Don't they normally?
let me send up an
What's
email
an
and see what
ETA?
it says.
You want to bet?
I don't
Normally,
know.
I've Googled this before. Like, when does fall start? And they have like a estimated date.
It's probably
They
like
do.
based on the almanac or
Thank
something.
you.
But
Jeez, Louise.
all right, while you're looking that
Yeah.
up,
While you're looking that up,
Annie,
let's
how was your
continue.
week?
I gave it a 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's one of
March
the lowest we've
19th.
had.
Tuesday, March 19th is when it's expected to start.
Okay.
So you know. Okay. Continue.
Why was it a 6? That's
had to
really
put a
low.
point.
It's now a 5 because of that.
Go.
It's a 6. Another work story. And as you may have recalled from my previous episode, if you didn't, return to office got implemented at my company. I don't spend my time driving to the office against my will to deal with people that don't have good mannerism, you know? So I just had to
Who is it? No, I'm just kidding.
You know who you are.
First and last name, please. Department
insert
2.
name here. I'm just kidding. No, it's just like rude people that you don't want to have to deal with, and just like that encounter itself, like basically ruined like a good work day for me. And work itself was already like good, like I was being very productive, but it was super hectic because we transitioned to a new program where like if you have scheduled calls or someone's trying to schedule a call on your calendar, they don't implement like a buffer time in between meetings. So like they can literally, if your calendar shows open, they will book back-to-back meetings. And I had like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Literally, I didn't drink water. I didn't use the restroom. I didn't eat lunch. It's like I had no time to do anything. I know. You can relate because you barely eat lunch sometimes too.
Yeah, but it's not a life to live.
Yeah, it's not a life to live. And then dealing with like the rude person, like we're all working professionals. Like
Yeah.
it's not hard to be nice or just even be courteous in a professional setting. So having to deal with that, like I went home and I told James about it, and like my hand was shaking because I was just so mad. Ooh. Yeah, it was. Ugh. Other
So
than
when
that,
she was rude, you just bit your tongue, or you gave it
yeah,
back?
like I literally I was kind of like
Shocked?
long story short, like I was interrupted in my meeting and I had a meeting room booked, but like they barged in. Usually you let someone know, you knock that they have the meeting room next, but like they barged in, sat down and proceeded with their meeting. Was like, my meeting started at 1:30, sorry, and then proceeded to have their call while my meeting was still going on. Well, not going on, I was doing my closing remarks, letting the person know I was talking to, like, hey, thank you so much for calling, I'll follow up with you, blah blah blah. And I was literally mid-sentence as they barged in, so I was like on mic, like and she's like, yeah, and then she was like, I literally just grabbed my stuff. I was so shell-shocked. I was like, okay, and I just grabbed my stuff and I left. And I was like, I didn't even know how to interact. Like, I didn't have time to think to say something rude back.
Yeah.
Or just be like, it doesn't take much to be a decent person, you know?
But also etiquette, like just office etiquette. Like
Yeah,
you just
Do you
don't do
normally
that.
talk to this person? Like, is this
No,
like...
I looked them up on our directory. I was like, I don't know who you are. We're in a different org. It's again, like, I go to the office where no one on my team, no one on my org works in that office. So it's like I have no connections to any of these people. We just go in to do our daily.
So y'all don't talk in the office when you go to the office?
I don't
like
talk to anyone.
The other employees that are in there in the office
There's
working
some people
too?
on the same teams. They might know each other, but I personally don't know anyone. So it's like, it was just, I don't know. It was just a lot to kind of like, really? There's people like this, you know? Like you deal with people on the road that cut you off, or like just other drivers, other people like you encounter at grocery stores or wherever.
Like you'll never see again. Or
Yeah, but these are like in a work professional setting. Like your meeting starts at 1:30, my meeting ends at 1:30. Like there has to be a little buffer, and you can be late a little bit. Just let me, sorry, someone was in my room. Blame it on me, sure, but like don't interrupt my meeting. I could easily be talking to a VP, a director, a customer, whoever it may be. Like it's just
it's very rude and really poor etiquette.
It left me in a really bad work place when I was kind of like already jam-packed, not having any water. It was just super stressed. But it ended on a good note, just because Valentine's Day I went out with Germs, had some sushi. I'm here with the girls and just enjoying time with
Had some sushi with the girls.
Had more sushi with the girls and just enjoying this time here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. My week, 7 out of 10, lower than what I usually give my weeks. I think because I'm in post-vacation depression and dealing with jet lag, but still was missing Brandon, my family, Cooper, so I was really excited to see them.
Who else were you missing?
Oh, y'all too.
Okay,
So sweet.
Yeah, I missed you too.
But yeah, work was fine. Getting back into work was fine. Patients were great. Everyone was really nice. So no complaints there. It was just the jet lag is really what's killing me. But
Yeah.
I'm not killing me, but that's the only thing.
Did you have jet lag when you arrived there?
No, because they walk so much. So I was logging in 20,000 steps a day when I was over there, and my normal is...
Wait, is that an exaggeration, or was it actually
no,
20,000?
like I actually checked, it was 20,000 at the end of the day.
Wow.
And I'm used to getting in about 4,000 to 5,000. So I was walking an average of about 10 miles each day.
Dang.
So as soon as I showered and I laid down, boom, passed out. So there was no
There was no
jet
time
lag.
to-
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just immediately would fall asleep every single night.
That's good.
But then coming back, now I'm not walking everywhere.
Yeah.
And not exhausted. So now
Back
it takes
to
me
your
longer to fall
4,000
asleep.
steps.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But
So it takes longer for you to fall asleep, but then you're sleepy during the day? Or
yeah.
what? Oh.
Well, I guess like whenever it's nighttime over there is when I start to get sleepy over here. But I'm also not getting enough sleep each night.
What was
so I
the-
think it happens.
Time difference.
I think it's like 15 or 17 hours. They're 15 or 17 ahead, I think.
It's I work with people that's in Australia. When it's 5 p.m. here, it's 7 or 8 a.m. there.
Oh. So it's
So like
completely
15?
different.
I don't know what the number is, but yeah.
Work hours, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
But it's getting better.
Yay.
Eventually the jet lag will wear off.
We're glad you're back.
Even though you didn't mention missing us. Yes, glad to have you back. This week I rated a 5.
Wow, that's low for you.
That's the lowest we've had.
I know. I'm dramatic.
Take Annie's dramatic card.
Yes.
Dramatic.
Yes, I don't know if it deserved a 5. Maybe at the time I was really over it and I was like, it's a 5. But I rated it a 5, and I think it's because I traveled a lot. Right now I'm basically doing double duty right now, so I traveled a lot for my old role and stayed up late trying to do things for my new role, and so it was just a lot there and very little sleep. Oh, I also put no workouts. I didn't get the chance to work out at all
What?
week, which is not like me. I normally work out like
Yeah.
at least 5 times a week.
Wait, did you even take Jonas on a walk? Does that count? Or you mean like actually going to the gym, getting a workout in?
I did. I was able to walk him around the neighborhood for like 20 minutes, like 2
so
of the
like
days.
actual like you time, you mean? Like you time at the gym?
Yes. So like, but I only walked him like twice, and that's very low for like what we normally do. So I think that's probably why I rated it a 5, because once I'm off my like workout schedule, it just like affects everything. Like I don't eat that great. Like I just go in, like it just And I think I mentioned also that it's like a huge stress reliever for me too. Like that 1.5 hour time block is really important to me. So I didn't get the chance to. We did today though, so that made up for it a little bit. And then I think it was just mainly just like a lot of meetings and not enough time to do things for myself. I think it was mainly the no workouts. But yeah, that's why I texted y'all, like, can't wait to see y'all after this long week, like, counting down the days.
I know, it's kind of weird how we all had like
We all had a not great week.
Yeah.
or just like there was something happening with work that was just
Yeah.
kind of like okay, well,
But now we're together.
Now we're together.
And
And
now
we
it
get to
goes up from
celebrate
here.
Galentine's.
Galentine's.
Yes, we're not, we're
honestly, I was
decompressing.
telling my coworker this because she was like, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna see like my best friends. So it's gonna be great, and we're gonna have like a belated Galentine's." And I was like, "You know what? Valentine's Day should really just be for the girls, gays, and the days because
I love that.
yeah, because like it's so much more fun. Don't get me wrong, like Valentine's Day is great when you have a partner and you can celebrate and do a lot of cute stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like doing things like getting cutesy with your girlies and like doing
I love
that is more
Galentine's
fun.
has become like more of a
thing.
celebration
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
now. Like it's not just romantic love, but it's also friendship love
Yeah.
too. Because obviously we cherish this friendship.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice that we all got to celebrate with our significant others and now get to celebrate with each other. So
yeah. So on the theme of love, this episode is actually all about love languages. And if you don't know what those are, there are actually 5, and we're gonna just read off of them from verywellmind.com just so that we can kind of get like a baseline. So the 5 love languages was actually published back in 1992 from this guy named Chapman. I'm not sure. Sorry. I think he's an author and a pastor, to show your partner how you care for them in ways that speak to their heart. So there are 5 of them currently that people recognize. The first one is called Words of Affirmation, and it's about expressing affection through spoken words, praise, or appreciation. So when this is someone's primary love language, they enjoy kind words and encouragement, uplifting quotes, love notes, cute text messages, those sorts of things. And you can like make someone's day by like complimenting them or like giving them encouragement or something that they do really well.
Quality time, which means someone with this love language values your full presence when you are together. They feel most loved if you give them your undivided attention and spend time together in meaningful and interactive ways. This means putting down the cell phone, turning off the computer, making eye contact, thoughtfully interacting, and actively listening.
Okay, eye contact. Intense eye contact. Across the bar, intense eye contact.
Next one, physical touch. A person with physical touch as their primary love language feels love through physical affection. Aside from sex, they feel loved when their partner holds their hand, touches their arm, or gives them a massage at the end of the day, for example. This person's idea of a wonderful date night might be cuddling on the couch while watching a movie, slow dancing together with a lot of physical contact. Or taking a long walk together while holding hands. They feel most loved when physically interacting with their partner.
the next one is acts of service. Acts of service are nice things you do for your partner that make them feel loved and appreciated, such as helping with the dishes, running errands, vacuuming, putting gas in the car. If your partner's main love language is acts of service, they'll notice and appreciate little things you do for them. They tend to perform acts of service and kindness for others too.
And the fifth and final one is receiving gifts. For someone who resonates with this love language, gifts symbolize love, care, and affection. They treasure not only the gift itself, but also the time and effort the gift giver put into selecting it. So when you take the time for picking out a gift specifically for that other person, it tells them that you were thoughtful and you really know and care about their preferences. People with this love language can often remember every little gift they have received from their loved ones because it makes such an impact on them. So those are the 5 ones. And in preparation for this episode, if you haven't done it before, you should, because these are really fun. Taking love language quizzes, not only just with yourself, but also like with your significant other, just to kind of see. Because I feel like love languages are things that you just kind of already kind of recognize or internalize, but then when you see it like laid out and like, oh, you actually prefer one over the other and can like have, I guess, like quote unquote data for it, it makes it more.
It also helps you understand in a romantic relationship, like, what fills your love tank. How you express your love to someone may not be the way that they like that they prefer to receive it. Yes. So understanding each other's helps improve that for each other. And just going back to on the note of love that we're celebrating, the our friendship love as well. I think it's also helpful to take it and know your friends' love languages too, because you could be feeling their love tank as well. Like we, my sisters and I took ours, and so we all shared ours, and like my goddaughters and whatnot, and like my goddaughters is quality time, and now like I keep that in my mind whenever I am in Houston, and like I know that she likes to spend quality time, so I'll just like go to her room and like spend some time with her and things like that. So it's not just for romantic relationships, it could be for
any relationship in your life.
It's also good to take it as like you go through different life changes, because it could change, like whether you were dating to now moving in together or living together could change, or becoming parents or could change. Long distance changes, you know. So just understanding what fills them at that current time, and how to best like be there for them, and also appreciating whenever they try to fill yours.
So if you haven't taken one, you should take one. They're
Highly
really
recommend.
I highly recommend. It should take you about like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes max. And answer truthfully. So we're gonna go through all of our different results, and I guess I'll go first. So my number one at a whopping 33% was quality time. Next up at 27% was acts of service, 23% words of affirmation, 10% receiving gifts, 7% physical touch. And I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I'm like so much about like quality time because I love like, and not just like FaceTime with someone, but like it really means a lot when like we're together and like you're not looking at your phone. Like it's undivided quality time, and I live for that stuff. Acts of service, I also agree with that. I think for my like 1 and 2, I think depending on when I take the test, those two like flip-flop first and second, so quality time and acts of service, just because as like this could be a whole other topic too, but being the eldest firstborn daughter in my family, like I feel like I'm just so used to taking responsibility and doing things, and so for having someone do something for me when I don't even ask about it, like ask to do it or whatever, it makes me like, oh my god, like I appreciate that so much.
They can't relate to the youngest.
We're babies. Y'all are babies of the family.
Are you okay? Was that loud?
No, bumping heads.
We both yes, so
That definitely resonates with me.
Yeah, and
yeah, so for those listening, Annie and just listening, Annie and Jen are the oldest of their families, and then Laura and Amy are the babies of their families.
yeah, so I think that's why acts of service and quality time like always flip-flop. Words of affirmation falls in the middle of mine, which I agree. Like it's always nice to get like complimented and stuff, or like, but I also feel like I have a very high sense of self. So like for me, like to tell for someone to like compliment me and be like, "Are you doing such a good job?" Like, yeah, it makes me feel good, but I'm like, I already know that. So yeah, dude,
I don't need you to tell me.
Self-awareness, independent queen over here.
You ain't need to hype me up,
Dude, yeah, I think, but like but I will say that it has taken me a while to get to that point. Okay, this could be a whole other topic.
Annie's face is gonna match with the theme.
Hello, shout out tequila.
That tequila is a little stronger this time.
Should I take a sip? Let me take a sip really quick. Hold on.
Take a little sippy sip. It's so strong.
I'm almost done with mine.
Do you want mine? I have extra.
No, I'm gonna go make a tequila water next.
I'm gonna go make a water.
But yeah, I was saying like this could be a whole other topic, but like me getting to the point of like having the self-confidence took a while.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I was just like born with. I wish, but no.
Yeah.
Receiving gifts, when I take this test, I always think, because I think the questions are like actual like physical gifts, which I also like don't necessarily like respond to, just because if I really want something, I'll go and get it myself.
Yeah.
But like and y'all know this, my favorite gift ever you can give me, I don't care what it is.
Everyone, let's say it at the same time.
1, 2, 3.
Handwritten cards.
Yes.
Wow.
And I will keep them.
Do
I
we
have
know
kept
her
them.
or what?
I have kept them and I will keep them. So if you write me one, it is in my bottom drawer in my office. Yep, in a box, and I love them all.
And her address is, if you want to mail her one, right here.
Yeah, but to the point of like receiving gifts, like me and my sister have matching tattoos of my parents writing a handwritten note that says, "I always love you." So it's great. And then physical touch is at the bottom. Which
What percentage was that?
Physical touch?
Yeah.
Or 7%. Shout out physical touch. I don't know.
She's like, give her space.
I know, but I think it's because okay, so like growing up, my parents they like it wasn't they weren't shy about like hugging or kissing around me and my sister, but like it was, I think it's the PDA thing for me, is just I'm not used to that. Like like I will hold hands and stuff, but like shout out no shade if this is your thing, like kissing in public and blah blah blah, that's your thing, that's not how I like it.
Right, to each their own.
To each their own.
Exactly.
But I do appreciate like when I need a hug and I don't ask for it, I get a hug type of thing, like those types, or even just like the like when we're driving in the car and he just like puts his hand over on my lap, like I enjoy that so much. Like it's those little things. Yeah.
Left hand on the wheel, right hand on your thigh.
Yeah. I forgot what song that is, but yes, I know.
I made it sound like a country song, but it's not.
It's an R&B song. For
Yes.
sure. Anyways, physical touch is at the very bottom for me. I just don't. I think it's because the questions ask you some type of like PA, or like is it more important if my significant other gives me a hug or does something for me when I don't ask for it? It's like
by Bryson Tiller.
Oh, don't. But yeah, it's more important to me if my partner does something when I don't ask versus giving me a hug. I think that's why. But I agree.
Mine is 37% at acts of service.
37. I agree.
You know me.
Yeah. I agree.
Everyone knows acts of service
is you.
Whether
Auding's made a lot of sense, and so far yours makes a lot of sense too.
I'm long distance, whether I'm right next to them, it's always acts of service, and that's my preferred way of showing it as well. Quality time is 27%. Receiving gifts at 23%, and both at 7% are words of affirmation and physical touch.
7?
Yeah, both. So acts of service, obviously, I'm the type to kind of like think about the other person and try to do something to help them in a way that, you know, like they might not be thinking about it, or like even like they might be busy at work. Like for my husband, like if I know he has like a meeting, I will.
Thank you. I missed it.
I will like see if he's hungry. I'll peek my head in like in his meeting. I'm like, hey, do you want food? I'll make you something. He's like, yeah, can you please? I'll go out and make him like his lunch and just bring it into him so that he doesn't have to like leave his meeting to kind of like eat, and that way I'm ensuring he's eating and he's still like being able to work, you know.
Firstborn daughter syndrome.
And I think that just kind of goes a long way. Like you're taking care of like your shared responsibilities and just, you know, just being independent and also like taking care of other people's needs and all that. Quality time, kind of similar to what Jen was saying, like just being like intentional when you are spending time with someone, like off your phone, interacting, actually like actively listening. If you haven't heard already in my previous roasting sessions and other episodes, my husband is unfortunately an iPad kid, so he likes to be on his phone.
They both have iPad kids. Laura and Amy have iPad kids.
We married the same man that came from the same, or not the same man, same green bean, 2 peas in a pod.
Okay, wait, sorry. Let me reset this.
Yeah,
They married the same
Type.
breed of man.
Yeah, they are
Cut from the same cloth.
Thank you.
They're from the same green bean. They're 2 peas in a pod.
Edamame.
But yes, he's an iPad kid. He'll be on his phone. He'll play his game. He'll set alarms to make sure to go back into his game to do whatever he needs to do.
Oh yeah, like collect something.
Yes, or get his daily check-in. I'm like,
So I can relate.
so whenever we're at dinner, I would ask him, can you be off your phone? Can you not be on Twitter? We're watching a show together, you know? Like, I would like to watch a show that we chose to watch together while we're eating dinner. Because I'm not on my phone. I'm paying attention to the show. I'm eating my food.
Yeah.
Or we can have a conversation about the show. Or when we go on walks with our dogs, like, I want to be able to talk to him, whether he's, like, playing his game while he's walking. He holds Benny. Benny's the hardest. He's a corgi. He's a little 50-pound. Oh, just kidding. 40 pounds because he lost 10 pounds.
Because he was put on a diet.
Shout out Benny.
He's a little unit. He's a little fluffy corgi.
A little unit.
So he walks Benny just because he's a baby. He's turning 3. He's not a baby, but he's a COVID puppy. So he's not like good in like social environments. So he takes Benny by himself, and I take the older 2, Kobe and Archer, who are respectively 9 turning 10 and 7 turning 8.
Archer is 9 turning 10, Kobe 7 turning 8. You said Kobe and Archer respectively.
Oh,
9 is switched
sorry.
to,
Confusion.
The tequila.
Tequila's hitting.
Archer's the older one. Yeah.
Yes. So I take those 2 because they're easier. They're more grown, so they know how to behave during walks. And because he only has 1, he has a free hand. He's usually on his phone.
So you take him on walks separately?
No, we walk together, but he's more up front because if Benny's behind, Benny starts barking.
Oh.
And he likes to be in front. So
Okay, wait. So he has his phone with it always on the and what?
and he's on his phone. And
you'd rather just have him.
rather than we're walking next to each other talking.
But you aren't walking next to each other.
He's right in
walking
front of me. He's in
ahead
front of me. He's in front of me. Like,
oh, like y'all can
I'm
still have
behind
a
him.
conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was like way
Way
up
up
there.
there.
That makes sense.
yeah. So, just those times that we have, like, I would like to be able to talk, you know, catch up on our day, because we usually do it after work.
Yeah.
So just being more intentional with that. So I call them out about it all the time. Receiving gifts. I'm a girl. I like gifts. Words of affirmation, physical touch are low. Very similar to what Jen shared earlier. If I know my worth, I'm good. And physical touch. The only reason why I feel like I got any percentage on physical touch are those back massage questions.
Wait, how much percent did you? Is it 7? Okay,
I'm
7 for both.
For
sucker for back massages. I love back
massages in
massages.
general. Yeah, you love massages.
Yeah,
So
we
like
do.
that's the only reason why there's a 7 on there. Because if not, that 7 would go into active service.
Mine is at a whopping 37% acts of service.
Dang.
Yeah. Shocker.
Princess.
Yeah, so I am kind of the princess of the group if you haven't caught on by now.
Or, yeah, if you don't know her. If you do know her, you know that she's a princess.
So acts of service is my biggest one. Second one is words of affirmation. So I do have the self-confidence where I don't need to hear it, but I do like to hear it. It does make me feel better about myself. So
Yeah.
that one's at 23%.
Like whenever you like get sparked like on the inside.
yeah. Or it's just like, oh, you look really like beautiful today.
Yeah, it warms your
Yeah.
heart. Gives
Yeah.
you the little
Yeah.
fuzzies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
your day, you know? And it's actually tied with quality time. So I also have an iPad kid husband. iPad kid husband. Love you though, honey. But some quality time would be nice. I understand.
Some quality time would be nice. If you could get off that iPad, that'd be great.
I understand that fantasy is important.
Hey, it's over
So am
now.
I. Next is surprising. Physical touch is 17%, which is different from.
Yeah.
It's been at the bottom for you too.
Yeah.
But physical touch is 17% for me. Not like gross, like all over each other. I mean, not gross, but like if you like it.
That's totally your thing.
Yeah. That's your thing. Not like that, but just like a hug. Like I do love every single morning before he leaves for work or before I leave for work. It's always we wake the other person up, say good morning, I love you, have a good day, and it's
Yeah, I
usually
do
like a
love
kiss
that.
on the forehead.
Yeah.
A hug every once in a while is nice. So that's 17%, and receiving gifts is at 0%.
Oh.
Wait, really? You like to shop for yourself.
Yeah, so it is more of if I want
Yeah,
it,
but
I'll just get it for myself.
at flat 0, that kind of surprises me.
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean, I would think it would be at least a little bit something because
Yeah.
I do like receiving flowers from Brandon.
Yeah.
But
Just
yeah,
like
no.
in general, like any kind of gift, you're like, oh, that's nice, but it doesn't make like your heart flutter type of thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I can
doesn't.
see the physical touch, yours being the highest out of all of us, though.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. Because I feel like out of all of us, you're probably like the most affectionate with your significant other. Like publicly.
Yeah,
But I think that also ties in, like, growing up, she's always had affection with her parents. Right? And that's what you
I
mentioned.
did too, yeah, but mine's like at the bottom.
But mine,
I feel like
like-
it can go both ways. I feel like love languages, like if you grew up having it, then it ranks a little higher
yeah,
because
but
you're
like
used
for,
to it.
for
But
us,
at the same time,
we didn't grow up with affection.
if you grew up not having it,
Having it's not high on
yes,
yours either.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Or it
I
could
feel like
be.
it could go both ways.
Or it could
Or
be
it
because
could be
you haven't
because you
had
haven't
it.
had it. I
Yes.
guess. Depends
Yes.
on, yeah.
Can go both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's mine. Love you, honey.
Do you agree with the rankings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I would say quality time above words of affirmation. They're tied right now at 23%. But I would say acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and receiving gifts at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Alrighty. My top one is quality time.
Shocker.
Yeah. 37%. And it makes 100% sense.
Yep.
Viet and I, for those that don't know, we're long distance. He lives in California and I'm in Texas, and we see each other. We try to see each other once a month. It doesn't always work out that way, but we try to. So both of our number one love languages is quality time, because obviously we value the little time we get together more.
But he will be coming back to Texas.
He will be coming back to Texas.
Yes, he will.
Manifest it. Yeah, so when we're together, like when we go to dinner dates and things like that, we both know not to be on our phones. It's always away.
Yeah.
It's been our number one for a good chunk of our relationship. Maybe it is because a good chunk of our relationship was long distance, but yeah, like we like to not have our phones when we're together and be present and with each other. So that makes all the sense. Number 2, acts of service, 33%. Do agree with this, and I would say because I live alone. And I normally do everything on my own. I'm very type A. I like to be in control of things and whatnot. When I'm with Viet, I appreciate when he takes the lead on things, so that I can take a step back. So I agree with that as well. Number 3, words of affirmation, 17%. I can see this. I mean, who doesn't like being appreciated with words? 4th was receiving gifts at 13%. I feel like going back to the flowers, I love receiving flowers, and Viet loves gifting me flowers. So on that part, I'm kind of surprised it's not a little higher, but when you compare it to what is above it, it makes sense that it's 4th.
Yeah.
And then physical touch.
Is that a 0?
Yes.
Okay, please explain, because they need to understand like why it's so
at
low.
a 0%, and it normally is always last for me. Going back to that conversation about what you lacked growing up, it could potentially be why it's low. It's like this for my sisters and I, and we think it's because growing up, our parents didn't give us that physical affection. Love Norma. Everyone loves Norma. We all love her. She's great. But just a simple example, like if we were to go hug her when we were growing up, like she'd be like she'd like not like ew, like, but she'd like move away because it's not her preferred either, you know. So just growing up like with that custom, I kind of feel the same way. Like, oh my God. And I could have also taken this test again when I was on my period. And when I'm on my period, I don't like to be touched. Like, so maybe that's it. Maybe that's why it's 0%. Because normally I have like 5% or something on there. Because I do. Like, we hardly see each other. So obviously when we are together, I want to be holding his hand. Yeah. Like, I want to be hugging him, you know? Yeah. So it might have just been a bad time and place when I took this. Why it's 0. Love you, Viet. I'll hold your hand any day.
Do you think that, like, I know that your relationship has been like long distance for the majority of your thing, but like, do you think that from the start, when y'all technically, well, I guess even when you started, you were kind of on the beginning.
We started in college. We were together. The first few years were together.
Do you think though, like those love languages had stayed the same throughout your entire? No.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
I think they shifted. I think quality time took number 1 when we became long distance. When we were together and basically living together in like college. Yeah. I mean, we each had our own apartment, but you know, like he was always at mine, I was always at his type thing. I think maybe acts of service was probably number 1.
I feel like that's the case for most people when they're living together constantly. Is acts of service is the biggest one. Yeah,
like because sharing the chores, basically.
Sharing the chores, or just
taking the lead on
doing things for each other when you know that, when you can literally see it that someone is feeling that type of way. Yeah, but I don't know. Laura, you said no earlier. What do you think changed between you and Brandon from the beginning stages till now? Because y'all have been in a relationship for what now? Like, what, 10 plus years?
It will be. So we started dating in 2011. So, wow, 13 years.
Oh my gosh.
13. Ayo.
We started dating.
Wow.
Our freshman year.
Yeah.
13 years. Can we just give a cheers to that? Cheers to that.
Cheers, ladies.
Wow, 13. Wow.
So yeah, it's changed. In the beginning, you know, it's exciting. You're always together with each other. So I would say physical touch. Yeah, was definitely number 1 in the beginning.
What about whenever y'all were both? You were in San Antonio. He was in tech.
Quality time, yeah. So once long distance kind of comes into the picture, then it was quality time. But in the beginning, when we were both with each other all the time, then it was definitely physical touch. Then it moved to quality time, And then after quality time, then we moved in together into our home, and now it's acts of service. So it's definitely changed. Yeah. So it is very situational. Yeah.
Like where you are at the phase.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Annie? Do you feel like yours is... You and Jern's have been together almost 9 years now, right?
Yeah.
Approaching 9 years.
9 years. Yeah. I would say acts of service has stayed top 2 for sure. Like, I think that's always been my go-to. I think the only fluctuation, if quality time were to come up as first, was when we were long distance. So yeah, I would say, again, changes where your relationship location, situational, would affect love languages. But yeah, ever since then, I'm definitely acts of service.
Yeah, 100%.
100.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone's love language profile makes sense, I feel like.
Yeah. If you
listening
know
to
us and you know our SL, like, it makes sense.
There's only 5 love languages, right? But like, if you could add one, what would you add? I feel like we've previously discussed this. I feel like most of us kind of have the same idea, or at least I think Ate, I know which one you're thinking of, so you might as well just say it right now.
Just say it.
Food.
Yeah.
Oh, it is food. Yeah.
Food.
Viet and I always talk about this. We're like, this is above everything else. This is our love language.
Yeah.
Because we are, and people have told us to, like, I feel like you are constantly eating. Because we are. Like, we are constantly eating, like, trying new foods and going to new restaurants and like, or even cooking at home. Like, it is so, like, we value that so much. And just, like, eating when we're together, we're like, we're so happy, and we're happy we get to spend it do this with you. Like, it's like a connection, you know.
Yeah.
So food would definitely be ours.
Yeah, I remember asking people, like, would you rather date someone that's vegan or vegetarian? Because that's hard, like, when you're not. Yeah. I mean, shout out to the vegans and the vegetarians. Y'all are doing something for this world, but could not be me.
Brandon did tell me if I didn't like crawfish, he may have not dated me.
What?
Yeah. What if I was allergic?
That's extreme.
I would also not be your friend if you didn't like crawfish.
Yeah, wait, what if you were allergic? It's not a choice.
If you're allergic, okay, I'll give you a hall pass. But
Can you imagine if I was like deathly allergic, like anaphylaxis?
Okay, but nowadays, anaphylaxis?
Anaphylaxis is like when you... explain.
allergic to shellfish?
When you
No.
have an allergic reaction and your throat closes up and you can't breathe.
Yeah, you can't breathe.
So that is what I like a true.
He's like,
allergic reaction.
win-win. We're eating crawfish, and she's not talking. More. I'm just kidding. No, but what I was gonna say, I feel like more and more restaurants offer vegan and vegetarian options
They do.
now.
They do.
And at crawfish places, they offer shrimp or like different options. So it's like we don't have to be into the same things. Like
Yeah.
I can
There's
order
so much variety.
Yeah, I can order something and you can order your
Gluten free.
thing. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think it's still doable.
I think it's doable for sure.
Yeah.
But fun fact, did you now know that there's like a new study out that there are 7 love styles now instead of 5?
Ooh, let's go through them.
Okay, so here's the breakdown of them. Activity. People who focus on the activity love style feel special and valued when their partner takes an interest in their hobbies and activities and makes an effort to enjoy them together.
I would like that.
Which is, I think that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
But it's like, okay,
you can
wait,
be into
why?
your own things.
That can also be your own time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's like your stress relief.
Viet loves anime and I love the challenge. Like, he's not into that, I'm not into that, and I think that's perfectly fine. Like, Viet plays football and like I dance more.
Jason
He doesn't.
Kelsey.
Yeah. But I also
Like,
think it's to the point where it's like to his point of like playing football. If you were just like, okay, I'll try for one game. Like, I think if
He would
someone
show
he would
that
like
effort.
that. Yeah, showing the effort.
Yeah.
Or even like supporting.
He's trying to get me to watch anime with him, and
We've
I could
all
care
tried to
less.
get anime.
I could
Yeah.
care less, and I feel like I don't need to do that. Like, he can have that to himself. We don't have to share every aspect of our life together.
But I mean, I think it also could tie to like quality time, right? Like, he's like, "Will you just
Quality
sit and
time,
watch?
yeah.
Would you just sit and watch one episode with me?" Like, that would like.
I think
that was his
activity
thing.
just ranks low for you. I think it just ranks low for you.
I can see it as quality time.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the fact that like doing
That's
each other's
everything
hobbies.
together.
Like, yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
It's like a love language. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so the other one is appreciation. Oh, sorry, were you going to say something?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so the next one is appreciation. People who focus on the appreciation love style feel loved when their partner gives them compliments, praise, and thanks. I don't know if they're like
affirmation?
It's like
I don't
words
know
of
if they're
affirmation or receiving gifts. It's like a combo of both, I feel like.
I think these are just like the 5 traditional love languages, and they just redid it to 7.
Yeah. Which, appreciation kind of...
Or like get into specifics rather than more high level.
I don't know. The next one is emotional. Those who focus on the emotional love style feel loved when their partner connects with them and supports them through difficult and scary moments.
Oh.
I think that one kind of falls in its own category compared to the other 5.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's definite. Like, you should always have a significant other
Yeah,
who is
not
going to
everyone's
support
significant
you.
other is supportive, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
But-
I can...
I think everyone deserves that, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Next one is financial. People with the financial love style feel loved when their partner is generous and with resources and sees value in spending money to bring their partner pleasure and joy. So I think this is different than gifts.
Because it's monetary. It's
Specifically.
calling out financially.
Yeah, like generous. I think that the big word for me is
I
like
ain't saying she a
generous.
gold digger.
Like splurging.
Yeah, like
Oh.
I think
Like
Showering them with gifts.
showering them. Like I feel like this like speaks to the people who are like, it's your birthday and like my partner said you can spend anything you want and I'll pay for it. Like that type of thing. Intellectual. People with the intellectual love style like to connect through the mind. They feel loved when their partner values their intelligence, respects their opinion, and thoughtfully discusses important issues. I can see that.
Okay.
Like if someone's like super passionate about global issues or something, like or just a topic in general.
Having deep conversations, not surface level. I feel like that's always nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Physical. I feel like this one doesn't change, so we can skip it. Practical. People with the practical love style feel loved when their partners chip in with everyday. Oh, this is kind of like acts of service. There's a test if you want to take it. It's the 7.
Wait, that was 7? That was 7
That was
already?
7, yeah.
Okay.
So the 7, just to reiterate, is activity, appreciation, emotional, financial, intellectual, physical, and practical. But if y'all have any love languages, listeners, talking to you, that you would add, please let us know, because I feel like because of us being so close, we kind of agree with how the other person is thinking. So please, if you have anything interesting to add, would love to know. But that concludes our episode 4 Valentine's Day episode. Yay. Love languages. Thank you for tuning in.
What am I doing?
Oh, a little heart.
We'll do the little ones.
So sad. Oh, here. Y'all
I
too?
love how you are also in like pink and we're red.
And we're in the red ones, yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, jerks.
Wow. Thank you for tuning in.
If you're just listening, we're making hearts with each other.
Yeah, but thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. Catch us in the next episode. Set that notification bell. Like and subscribe. And if you aren't already following us on social media, it's at Grandmamis Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And you can
Link here.
Link here.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. And you can find us streaming wherever you love your podcasts on Apple Music and or Spotify. So catch y'all on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.